The only way I'm gonna get this backlog of video games done is if I make a plan. I'm gonna make a very careful plan here. You know, maybe play like 2 hours a day, make sure there's some progress every single time. With the amount of games I have, it's just not feasible for me to do this. God, for only 2 hours a day, I'm never gonna get it done at that rate. Hello? Oh, hey, it's Sklorb and Blorb. How you doing, man? How are the wife and kids? Oh, you beat 5 games this week. Well, that's incredible. Oh, you beat Dark Souls with just your nose. That's something, man. Oh, you 100%ed Minecraft. I didn't even know you could do that. I don't even think that's possible, man. Oh. No, okay, yeah. I don't want to hold you any longer. I gotta go. I gotta go take a shit. See ya. You know what? I don't. The only way I'm gonna get this done, the only way I'm gonna finish this backlog, is if I just go ham now. Before I get started, I need to change a wardrobe.
Gamer clothes on!
Let's begin.
This game is absolutely incredible. I may have played it more intermittently and wandered in circles more times than I can count, but I found it very easy to get back on my feet despite that. The design of the map is just so eloquently done, and the horror elements they added to this one just makes this one of the best Metroid games yet, though, you know, most of the games are the best, so it's not really a surprise. Not only is the exploration really well done, with how all the paths interconnect and guide the player, but the combat of this game is super fun. There are plenty of bosses that really just test your limits and challenge you, but, you know, they aren't stupid, you know? They'll kick your ass, but they won't eat it. When I'm fighting a boss, in the moment, I'm like, no! Oh, no, that's it. I'm done. No more. I've had enough. But then, in hindsight, I found myself really enjoying the fights a lot. I think they were really well designed. And speaking of combat, these Emmy robot things that are on the front of the box are just absolute bitches. They are simultaneously the worst and best thing added to Metroid. If I had a nickel for every time I died to one of these stupid robots, I would be suffocating in nickels. I would pull so many nickels out of my ass, people would be like, "Guy, what the hell? Why do you have so many nickels?" And then I'd be like, well, your mom has so many nickels. And on the exploration side of things, I feel like this game is so delicately crafted with how the progression is designed, with how the portals take you between major areas, and each of the power-ups opening on paths. It never felt like you had to backtrack at all, even though you technically were. It all just made sense. Even if you haven't played a Metroid game before, I highly recommend it. It's so good. Play it, or you will lose kneecap privileges.
And with that, that's the end of Metroid Dread. No more of that game.
That was easy.
Yeah, it sure was. Alright. What's next? There's, Pikmin. I've played the other games, but I haven't beaten this one somehow, the first one. So, this will be fine. I mean, it's Pikmin. I mean, it looks like it can't be that hard.
This game, if you don't know, is a real-time strategy game at its core. But it's terrifying, and it sucks. No, I'm just joshing. It doesn't suck. But, it sucks. I mean, it just destroys you sometimes. Like, it's nothing like Pikmin 2 sucks, but it's something, at least for the first-time players like me. The goal of this game is that as a space captain who's crash-landed, you have to find your lost ship parts and rebuild your broken ship. But Olimar fucking sucks, and can't do that without the help of these strange little Pikmin fellas. Okay, here's a Pikmin Crash Course, alright? So the Pikmin, they break down the walls, they kill all the enemies, they carry the ship parts, and can reproduce when you bring stuff to their onions, which, you know, are basically their nest. The red Pikmin are immune to fire and are the strongest, the yellow Pikmin are immune to electricity and can be thrown the highest, and the blue Pikmin are blue, and they're immune to water. Pikmin start out as leaves, but you can give them nectar and they become flowers, making them run faster and hit harder. You, the player, only have a certain amount of time every day to get things done, until Olimar has to fly away in his rocket ship and avoid those nocturnal predators. Ooh, no, oh no! And that's kind of the gist of Pikmin, that's all there is to it. Hopefully you enjoyed that giant dose of useless information. You're very welcome about that. This game's enemies absolutely kick your ass. There's the Wollywogs that smash your Pikmin in the most frustrating way possible. There's the guys that spit giant boulders at your Pikmin and massacre them immediately. There's ones that throw your Pikmin around obnoxiously. Ones that blow away all their flowers you earn. Big ones that just eat all of your Pikmin. It's just so much bloodshed. The amount of times I've lost Pikmin from one of them just running into a wall, getting stuck, and then just being left behind is just so sad. And, and the drowning. Oh my god, the drowning. Oh, so much drowning. These Pikmin, they move in such a large squad. And every time I would try and walk, they just get stuck in the water. And that was before I realized I could just like guide them with the D-pad, but I didn't know that yet. So I was just sitting there, you know, watching them die a lot. It was fun. I lost 800 Pikmin alone in this game. Jesus Christ, this is Pikmin War! This game can just feel unfair sometimes. It's just quite frankly mean, but I love it. And I love how it tortures the player so much. Maybe I just have a problem, you know? But I stand by that opinion. It's a great game. Okay, fine. It's my kink. God, can we just move on, please?
And with that, Pikmin 2 is done. That's game number 2. Alright, you know, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't hard at all. So, I don't know. I think I should, maybe spice things up a little bit. Maybe play a little less Nintendo, mix things up a little bit. Maybe just play some more Nintendo. Let's look at Donkey Kong Country 2. Yeah. That's a good game. It's also short as well. Let's get that one done.
I don't know what it is, but I think I have a thing for games that completely and utterly destroy me emotionally and physically. I mean, this game, it's just as hard and miserable as the other two games I just talked about. Talked about. Voice crack. That's pretty straightforward, you know. It's a 2D platformer. What could go wrong? No, just the way it's designed makes it a very hard game to beat. I mean, you literally only have 2 hits, and that's Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong. 2 hits, and then you're dead. And with how big the characters are on the screen, and this, like, 4x3 screen, there's not a lot of warning for when some stupid jumping crocodile is just gonna jump on you and break that monkey cranium of yours. Luckily, I've played my, fair share of Donkey Kong Country games, and I've gotten quite used to their difficulty, but holy shit, man, I have to be on my toes every time I play this game. It's not like crazy hard or anything, but it's something. But enough complaining, man. Everything else is just, so good, man. It's so well done. Of course, the art and levels are very nice looking and almost seem to look more next-gen than any other games on the Super Nintendo. And of course, the music is just phenomenal. Every single song on this soundtrack, I'm telling you, by David Wise, is what I would consider a good song, a certified jam, even the ones that are more like ambiance. I would recommend this game to anyone. It's a nice, short, and challenging game. But yeah, no, I would recommend this game to nobody. It's shit.
Donkey Kong Country? More like Donkey Kong Country.
That wasn't very funny. Why don't we actually mix things up a little bit? Let's look at our Steam library. Oh no, that's a lot of video games I haven't played. Resident Evil 2 is a short one. I mean, that's one I started already, and it's like almost done. It's a pretty short game anyway, so yeah, let's do it! Resident Evil 2 is a somewhat stressful game, like the other games I've played already, but in a completely different way. It's a survival horror game that reimagines the original Resident Evil 2 that came out on the PlayStation, but now it's completely redone, in a new gameplay style that's super polished. Just like all the other games I've played today, its shorter length is made up by its brutal challenges. Every time I load up this game, I have to prepare myself to be on edge. There isn't really any time to relax, except maybe in the safe rooms that occasionally show up. There's always something to look out for, something to be worried about. If you walk into a dark hallway, you know for a fact that you're gonna see some zombie show up. Or worse, if you hear those loud-ass footsteps, you know for sure that the evil buff guy in the fedora is coming your way and you gotta This big guy chases you for a good chunk of the game, and he's the only enemy that can traverse to different rooms quickly, meaning he'll just follow you through the world the whole time and keep you moving. Even in the police station lobby, a place you think of as a safe haven from the zombie-infested corridors, has the chance to be infiltrated by this creep. And the scariest thing of all, he's white! I absolutely hate this guy.
but I feel like if he wasn't always following you around in this game and making you shit yourself, there would be absolutely no sense of urgency in this game. You would be sitting in rooms forever, taking your sweet time and smelling all the roses. But when the game puts you back in that area you're already familiar with, but then adds the twist of the Fedora Man, it adds a new type of challenge to what would normally feel like backtracking. It's like your lives in Donkey Kong Country 2, always reminding you that your mortality will always trail behind you, and it's only a matter of time before you're out of second chances and you lose everything forever. I also gotta appreciate the replayability of this game, with all the different replays you can do. Now they make the most out of what is otherwise not that long of an experience. I mean, all I did was beat both campaigns, but there's an incentive to play even again after that, with the second runs, trying to get a better rank at the end of the game, or other challenges. And once you start playing this game more, everything starts to feel less scary, and you're trying to, just get good at the game. You're trying to get through it as fast as possible. When I first played this game, I was absolutely stumped on the puzzles and terrible at navigating anywhere, so I would get stuck somewhere for hours, just like when I played Metroid Dread. But upon my second playthrough with Leon, the stuff I was dreading to return to was so much more enjoyable because I was just getting better at the game and dashed through the troubled sections at a much breezier pace. It feels good to get better at a game like that. So much of this game is done right. It looks great, it sounds great, it plays great. The story is, well, it's alright, I guess. It's pretty much just an out-of-the-park home run for this game when it comes to the quality horror experience it provides with Metroidvania elements. Unlike Metroid, which was just a Metroidvania with horror elements. This was the first Resident Evil game I've ever beaten, and after playing this one, I'm very much looking forward to trying the other games like Resident Evil 3, 4, 7, and 8. These are fun thrills, though they are somehow less stressful and traumatizing than the Pikmin games. I don't know why I didn't finish those games beforehand. I mean, I started them, I just never got around to finishing them, but they were so short. It's silly how I just didn't finish, how long this game is, 8 hours or something like that. But it is what it is, I guess. But we do have to get around to those really big games eventually, I mean, we have quite a few of those, and, maybe we should play one right now. Alright. It's time.
Xenoblade Chronic Pain.
Honestly, I think this is actually, a great game. I like this game, a lot. It's got some flaws, sure, but everything about the story and gameplay and presentation makes this a real treat. Personally, for me, the cutscenes are handled a little bit weird. The music's too loud. I can't even hear what they're saying. And of course, not every cutscene has the most groundbreaking animation. I'll just sort of stand there. But for a game this long, I understand it. It's just, I can't help but feel spoiled by watching good TV shows that really put a lot of effort into acting and pacing and being artistic and stuff, when this game just has characters sit there and do idle animations as they talk. But, yeah, whatever, it's a minor thing. I don't even know why I'm complaining about this. I mean, I just made everyone who loves this game hate my guts. Hey, man, you're dumb and stupid. Disliked. I think that even though this game is long, I really enjoy the story. Without spoiling much, a lot of it has to do with the idea of destiny and the future, and being in charge of what happens in the future based on what you do or how you act. Oh, it seems to be the big overall message, which is pretty neat. I guess. But wow, look, there's a cool sword guy, and he's swinging his laser sword. Oh, and he's smashing robots. Wow. Yeah, I can't lie. I'm a simple man, okay? Play some epic music while some guy screams and runs at some robots. Yeah, that's enough for me. But yeah, I suppose this is a game, and I suppose I do have to mention how it works. It's a video game. Gosh, if I have to. This game is basically an action RPG where you move around, hit things automatically, and then as your meters fill up, you tell your character to use stronger special moves. But what makes it interesting is that you can, let's say, put a status effect on an enemy, and then your partner fella next to you can do something else, and then it can combine, and then make the enemy fall over and vulnerable. And a lot of the time, moves will be more effective if you can move around and hit the enemy on the back or at the side while they're distracted or something else. It's a very cool and unique system. It makes that noggin think sometime, Oh, man, I gotta inflict the break, and then I gotta hit him like this, and then I gotta, whoa, my buddy will pal inflict a topple on him after, and then, now I can use daze on him, and he's falling down again, even longer, whoa, and then once your little meter fills up, you can do a chain attack, where you just sit there, choose what moves you want to use, and just go ham on the guy. Just go ham. And you'll just do thousands of damage. And your little dopamine receptors will please your pea-sized brain with big numbers and cool sound effects. Speaking of which, yeah, the music in this game is pretty amazing. It's like a blend of metal guitars and symphony. Basically, very anime-like. I like it a lot. It's a great genre. We need more of that. It makes wandering around and swinging your sword way more exciting. I mean, just imagine, this game without music. Yeah, it feels a little empty. But yeah, if you've got time in your hands, you want a big game to suck your little teeth into, I recommend this one. Give it a try. I think it's very underrated, and actually, it's it's very nice that it's accessible now with the Switch and the remake and all that. But yeah, funny, it's I haven't actually beaten this game yet. It's a long game. I'm still working on it.
Hello? Oh, hey, Slurp, how are you? No, I didn't just wake up. Yeah, man, how's it going? Have you been playing some more games? Oh, you haven't. You've been taking care of your health. I see. Yeah. Yeah, always good to make sure that's in check. Oh, you've been going to the gym. Wow, that's very cool. Very neat. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, well, I gotta go. I got some errands to run. Sorry. I'll call you back later. Yeah, man. Take care. Yeah. See ya. I'm gonna clean this up.